The Nation Today is here to help you understand all of the big issues by not only explaining them, but also speaking to the people who really matter. A nation in democratic transition, a nation looking to break away from a painful past, a president handed a second mandate, a cry for a new constitution, a security sector that needs reforming, all of the major events that define our nation. Hello, my name is Lamin Jai, and my show, The Nation Today, is here to help you understand all of the big issues by not only explaining them, but also speaking to the people who really matter.
Good evening. My name is Lamin Jai. This is The Nation Today. Thank you for joining me tonight on this show. So tonight, Muslims in the country and around the world are observing the Night of Power. We will bring you something on that. But also, the Gambia Police Force has launched its road operation safety or road safety operation safety project there by the Gambia Police Force. Also, the Office of the President, that's the State House, is reacting to former Finance Minister Amadou Sane's comments there. Al-Kalo's call for government support. All of this, but also tonight I'll be speaking exclusively to Imam Babali. He'll be my guest for tonight. Before all of that, thank you. So welcome back. Let's first begin with my take for tonight, and I will be speaking on Mr. Bailo and his woes there in Germany. He is standing trial for crimes against humanity in Germany. His trial started on Monday, that was yesterday in Germany. So Bailo is a self-confessed jungler who is standing trial in Germany for crimes against humanity. One crime that Mr. Lowe confessed to have taken part in is the 2004 murder of journalist Deda Hydra. His trial, although taking place in faraway Germany, has attracted attention here in the Gambia. This should therefore send a signal or a message to all those perpetrators that the wheel of justice is spinning and will catch up with them sooner or later. So we are in the last 10 days of the Ramadan, and Muslims will be searching for the Night of Power. There is one particular very important night. It's in Arabic, it's called Laylatul Qadr. So tonight will mark the 26th day of Ramadan, and tonight there will be a lot of activities by the Muslims there. Our Sane has more on that.
The annual observance of Laylatul Qadr holds additional significance as a night in which angels descend to earth with a myriad of tasks, leading to a night of peace, blessings, and divine guidance until dawn. It is thus commemorated with solemnity, devotion, and prayer, and some observers spend the festival in a masjid on retreat. Deputy Imam of Masjid Rahman at Kololi, Modungom, tells us what the Quran said about the Night of Power.
الذي إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. He said Allah revealed in this night, the night of degree. You know, Quran was sent to Prophet Muhammad, but Allah brought a Quran in this night of Qadr, the night of degree. They call it the night of degree. From Bayt al-Ma'mur to Bayt al-Izzah. Bayt al-Izzah is the summer of dunya behind, above us, like in the heavens. And the sababul nuzul of every verse will come from there. It does not come jumlata wahida once, or like in a complete form to Prophet Muhammad, but Allah brought it into Bayt al-Izzah. Any incident that happened, then Allah will reveal something from the Quran, and just to judge people. But in this night also, It is very important that Allah mentioned in the Quran and the same surah that I just mentioned earlier, that it is better than 1,000 months. خير من ألف سنة.
Regarding the significance and some of the benefits of the day, Imam Gum said,
there is a benefit of this month, especially this night. And Prophet ﷺ mentioned in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, even Riyadus Salihin also brought it, that man qama laylatul qadri imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. Whosoever stand the night of victory, min laylatul qadr, with iman and wahtisaban, and to purify whatever you're doing, neither you're praying or you're doing reciting the Quran, tilatul Quran, or making dhikr, you will have the reward, and you will have the reward of someone that worship Allah 83 years. Obviously, this is something very important, and I think it brought us to stand night upon night just to have this day. So, and it is in the odd night, meaning 21, 23, 25, 27, and 29. But Prophet ﷺ asked us to observe the whole 10 days of Ramadan.
He took us through the story of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on how he spent the last 10 days of Ramadan and advised Muslims to follow the footsteps of the Prophet.
Then he has been doing such prior to Ramadan. Ramadan also he increases doing, especially the last 10 days of Ramadan. So then it's very important the Prophet Muhammad was doing, and he observed this night and asked us to observe. Aisha even said that when he passed away, the wife of Prophet Muhammad continued observing this last 10 days of Ramadan. They will be standing the night, reciting the Quran, making tahajjud. So then it's very important. And it is enough for all of us that Allah mentioned in the Quran that خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ سَهْرٍ. It is better than 1,000 months. تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا. Angel will come down on this earth, just for the blessings of this night. So I think it brought us to sacrifice, do all that we can to juxtapose sleeping aside and spend nights upon nights to observe this last 10 days of Ramadan, because obviously we are living today. We don't know whether tomorrow, next Ramadan rather, will find us alive. So I wish and I'm praying to Allah, may we witness so many Ramadans ahead of us, inshallah, and may Allah accept our fastings and our tahajjud, our prayers been accepted by Allah. He is full of mercy then.
Night of power or decree also coincided with the night on which Allah first revealed the Quran to Prophet Muhammad through Angel Jibril. It is believed to have taken place on one of the final 10 nights of Ramadan in 1610 CE, though the exact night is unclear. The date of the annual commemoration thus varies throughout the Islamic world, but is most commonly observed on the 23rd night of Ramadan for Muslims as well as the 27th. For Star TV News, this is Awasane.
Now, the Office of the President has issued a statement clarifying that former Finance Minister Amadou Sane's comments regarding the missing $669 million is in court, describing it as misleading. The State House is saying that his comments on this money are misleading, as Maria Madem reports.
Former Finance Minister Amadou Sane, in a recent interview with the Standard newspaper, challenged the National Assembly to investigate the Office of the President over the missing $669 million in accounts managed by the Presidency, as revealed by an audit report of 2017. The National Audit Office report on the government's 2017 financial statements disclosed that the government made withdrawals amounting to $669 million without approval from the Accountant General. The report said the money was withdrawn from special security accounts, which were closed on its recommendations, but were later reopened with the same account name but with a different account number. And in response to the much talk about subject on social media for the past few days, the Office of the President on Tuesday in a statement said ex-Finance Minister Amadou Sane is aware that the money mentioned in the audit report of 2017 was an expenditure in 2016. Therefore, his claim is misleading. According to the presser, the National Audit Office has established that the amount in question was withdrawn in 2016 before President Barrow came into office. The report published recently in 2022 is a result of an audit exercise conducted in 2017. The Barrow administration is committed to combating corruption and will investigate any misappropriation of public funds, as President Barrow is committed to holding public institutions, including the Office of the President, accountable, the statement added. However, Gambians on social media believe that the Office of the President is not being honest and challenge the office to provide receipts of the withdrawals. Maria Madem report.
Now, the Gambia Police Force is moving against the disturbing number of road traffic accidents in the country with the launch of its Operation Road Safety program in partnership with the National Road Authority, the Ministry of Works, Transport and Infrastructure, and the Gambia Transport Union, as Jacqueline Corey reports.
In a statement issued by the Gambia Police Force, they are now set to change the narratives by strategizing new measures geared towards maximum safety and security on the highways. The police said it will henceforth place police officers every 2 kilometers to observe and enforce all traffic rules and regulations, which includes speeding, vehicle roadworthiness and overloading, triangular reflectors, headlight, fire extinguishers, among others. The police also introduced an accident response squad and a regular highway patrol that will help in reducing the spate of accidents. Drivers were equally warned to desist from overloading, speeding, and exhibiting reckless manner whilst driving. The Office of the IGP equally urged all road users to come together and help in ensuring the road remains safe. Meanwhile, the Gambia is ranked 4th in the world that has the highest number of road accidents. Apparently, 32 people died as a result of road accidents in less than a month this year. Jacqueline Coley, 4-Star TV.
Now, the alcalos in the border villages in Foni are going through some rough times. They are asking for help from the government, saying that the Casamas conflict has disrupted their activities in terms of their livelihood, and they are calling for support. Modu El Baji reports.
The natives of these border villages depend heavily on agriculture as their main source of income, but according to them, the encounter in their area could not allow them to go on their normal activities. But thanks to the efforts of the Gambia Armed Forces, who launched an operation called Operation Ulakokon, aimed at restoring hope among the internally displaced persons. The Alcalde of Balen Village said the Ministry of Education's regional office has promised to create temporal learning for their children as a result of the conflict, but to no avail.
We spoke to the Ministry of Education's regional office for them to accommodate our children in other schools so they will not miss out on lessons. The authorities vowed to hold a meeting about it, but we are yet to hear from them, and their help is of paramount to us.
Ismaila Baji of Jilamfari village said the shelling have vandalized their forests and their farmlands. He urged the government to understand that they are part of the Gambia.
We lost most of our animals and cashew plantations as a result of the selling. We even came to your community base on the advice of Colonel Bojang and his team. We are calling on the government to aid us in feeding and our children's education.
This is said to be a demarcation line between the Gambia and northern Casamas. Just a distance from me, as you can see behind me, it used to be a rebel checkpoint, but since the outbreak of this violence, the rebel then decided to move inwards. But does the Gambian authorities face any challenges in ensuring that they kick out the rebels from this base? The QRF commandant explained.
As a country and as an armed force, our role and responsibility is to protect our territorial integrity. So we protected the border to ensure that no armed incursion takes place, either the MFDC separatists or either the Senegalese armed forces entering into our country, which we are able to control, and that has also reduced the number of internally displaced people moving further into the country. So this is the confidence building patrol was able to reinforce the people, reassure them so that they did not move further. So that has reduced the potential humanitarian situation in the country.
Lieutenant Colonel Omar B. Bojang and his QRF-1 contingent are set to shift the baton of Operation Ulakokon to the QRF-3 commandant Abdullah Jata. But how prepared is Colonel Jata for his new duty?
The job has been done by QRF-1. We are QRF-3, there is QRF-2. And we are 3, we are here, we are motivated all the way from the counter-terrorism school in Sparta in Turkey. We spent 3 months we trained together, and we want to implement what we have trained there. And it is not fighting a war, but it's just to provide security for our people, confidence building. People of Fonyi are Gambians, and it is our responsibility. They are paying our salaries. Our salaries are paid from their tax that they are paying, so we have to provide that security that they need. So we are on the ground. We are going to follow the footsteps of QRF1.
For Star TV, I am Modi El Baji.
Thank you very much. So tonight on this show, I will be speaking to top Imam, Baba Mukhtar Lee. He will be my guest for tonight. Top Imam, scholar, cleric. He will be my guest today. We will be discussing everything Ramadan, but also I'll ask him his view regarding some of the issues that are happening in the country. Imam, thank you for joining me on my show tonight.
Well, thank you for flattering me as one of the top.
You are very well.
Thank you for flattering me.
You are very much respected in the country.
Well,
and then you are someone that a lot of Muslims really look up to when it comes to the Deen. Yeah, Imam, let's begin. We are in Ramadan. The last 10 days is upon us, and very soon, this year's Ramadan will come to an end. I will be the layman here, and I will ask you questions really that citizens would maybe want to have interest in regarding this month. Let's begin first of all with the issue of Ramadan itself. What is Ramadan?
Well, Ramadan by name, it means something burning all sins. Ramadan is a month that clear and clean human soul and clean human beings. So that's why it's called Ramadan. In Arabic, it's a clear and it cleans everybody.
So the issue of its compulsory outlook, it's something that is compulsory that every Muslim has to observe. Why did God make it compulsory?
Let me qualify that. It's compulsory to those who can do it. In Islam, it's only the faith and your 5 daily prayers are compulsory permanently. But even 5 daily prayers, there are certain circumstances you cannot perform them. There are different options and many options, and Ramadan is not an exceptional. It is compulsory for a young man like you, healthy, kind of wealthy, looking good.
I'm not wealthy at all. I know people think that I have money, but I'm not healthy. I'm a broke man.
You look like a wealthy person anyway, and you will be. For those people, really, it's compulsory to them. But age-wise, there are certain level on age. You have different options. There are certain times when a person is sick or traveling, or he's not assured of his breakfast and the like. He has options. Or somebody in jail, you don't determine your food, you don't determine your drink, you don't determine your liberty. You have an option.
So, in terms of the fasting itself, what do you do as a Muslim?
Well, fasting, what is recommended for a Muslim who is fasting is to begin his fasting as early as before morning prayers. At least 20 to 10 minutes before performing the morning prayer. And then from there, he diseases himself from eating, drinking, having relationship and the like. and trying as much as possible to avoid any illegal practice. Some of them does not break your fast, but they will never increase your blessing. And this month is a month that blessings are multiplied by thousands of thousands, by beyond figures, different with normal months. And the way it is multiplied in terms of blessings, it is also multiplied by sins. If somebody knows this, I'm in Ramadan, I'm fasting, but deliberately you commit sins, those sins are multiplied as your blessings are multiplied.
So in terms of, if you look at the Quran, I know God emphasized Ramadan and the issue of it being compulsory on our generation, as it was compulsory on other generations that came before our generation. And there is this bit or part talking about so that the Muslim or the believer can have the fear of God. What is God really saying there?
Well, not only is compulsory, but remember, Lamin, Ramadan is a pillar. If Islam is a house, it has 5 pillars that, buttress the strongness of the house. And those pillars, first is to believe in the oneness of Allah and the prophecy of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And number 2 is to perform 5 daily prayers. Number 3 is to give out the zakat, ita'uz zakat. Number 4 is Sawm Ramadan. That's where it is the number 4th pillar. For its importance, of course, all the pillars are important. They are equally important. But there are certain ulamas, they categorize them as they came. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th one is performing the pilgrimage, which Muslims are about to prepare as soon as Ramadan give back. Yeah. But so one can say it is not only compulsory, but it's a pillar. You can only be a Muslim if you believe in them and you perform them, unless and until you have a very tangible evidence that you cannot fast them. And then there are alternatives for those who cannot fast. So really, as you rightly said, in the Holy Quran, it is mentioned, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. That is the fairness of Allah. Allah said, I make it obligatory to all those believers to keep fast as I make it obligatory to those before you. That means the centuries you are talking about. Yeah. And then for you to be God-fearing. Now, you will see fasting will help people to fear God, in the sense that human being is quickly forgetting. Human being can always be overexcited for temptations of this world. But if somebody,